Alright, so these are my current bronzers at the moment, and I'm going to try to declutter these. So I have a basket right here that I'm going to put, it's kind of dirty, but I'm going to put all my keep items in here. And let's go ahead and go through this. So the first one I have here is by Essence. I hope the sun is not causing too much of a glare. But this is the Sun Club bronzer for lighter skin. It looks just like this. I'm going to go ahead and keep this. I actually really like the formulation of this. It's really nice and smooth. It's kind of a more of a pink toned bronzer, I feel like, for sure. But I feel like it will look really good on my skin tone. This is newer in my collection. I haven't quite really used it, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this. The next bronzer we have here is by Makeup Forever. This is the Pro Bronze Fusion. This is in the shade, I believe it's shade 1. I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like this. I'm surprised I have not hit pan on this yet. I love this bronzer so much, so I'm gonna go ahead and for sure keep this. So looking at this bronzer that I just showed you guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and actually pass this along. Looking at what I have currently, there's a lot of other bronzers that I like a little bit more than this. So I'm just going to go ahead and pass it on. I haven't used it yet, so it's not really piquing my interest. So I'm just going to go ahead and give this away. I do have the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. It looks like this. I actually have used the crap out of this, but it literally looks like I've never touched it. This is in the shade Light Bronzer, and I'm going to go ahead and keep this. I do really like this bronzer. Right now it is a little too light for me. I do have a little bit of a tan, so I can't use it currently. You can see it like barely shows up, but I will definitely pull this back out during the winter and like fall time. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it. I have this bronzer here by Makeup Revolution. This is the Bronze Shimmer and Highlight. It's basically a 3-toned highlight. You kind of like a more of a pinky red, more of a neutral, and definitely more of like a darker bronzer. So more of like a neutral, a warm, and a cooler toned bronzer. This is in, doesn't really even have a shade, it's just bronze, shimmer and highlight. I'm going to go ahead and pass this on. I have used it a few times, but I'm not a big fan of it, so I'm just going to go ahead and give it away to a new home. So far I'm 2 for 2. So this bronzer right here by Makeup Revolution is staying. I love this. I've literally worn the writing away. It looks like this. This is the Vivid Baked Bronzer. This is in the shade Golden Days right there. I love this bronzer so much. It gives you a nice like dewy effect. And if you add a little bit of like a shimmery blush and a shimmery highlight, you looked like really radiant. I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this. Go ahead and pass this on. It is a little too warm for my skin tone. You can definitely see, I feel like it might work on me now, but I feel like it would be still a little too warm for my liking. I definitely like more of a neutral bronzer, but this is the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Blends, shade number 30 in Sunkissed. This was a Casey Holmes recommendation, and I always love everything she recommends, but this is just a little too warm for my skin. I should have known, just because she is definitely a few shades darker than I am when she's self-tanned. So I'm going to go ahead and pass this along. I have another Essence bronzer, which I'm actually going to keep this one. This is the Luminous Matte Bronzer, and I have not tried this out yet. If you watched a few of my hauls, like Ulta hauls, I actually mentioned this in there, and I have not tried this out yet. I need to. It's a number 1 Sunshine, and you can just tell like when I like have this flipped more towards the sun over there. The very little sun we have, since wildfires are literally surrounding my house. It definitely has more of like a luminous glow, so I cannot wait to try this out. So I'm definitely going to keep this. A little sample of the Chocolate Soleil by Too Faced. It looks like this. This is my current everyday bronzer. I love this. It just gives like a nice bronzed effect, but it doesn't look like you overdid it. And it is a little sample size, so I'm going to go ahead and for sure keep this. This is by Too Faced as well. This is the Sweet Tea Luminous Bronzer. I don't know if I want to keep this or not, you guys. I want to, but I feel like with all the bronzers that I have, I should probably just pass this along. I do really like this bronzer, but I haven't touched it in a while. The only time I ever really use it is in the summertime. Let's see. I'm going to swatch it really quick. That's what it looks like. It's a nice bronzer. I think I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm just going to go ahead and pass it on. I haven't used it in a while. If I do want to repurchase it, I definitely can. This is so tough. Goodness. Okay, I'm gonna keep it. Okay, let me swatch this really quick. So this is Hoola by Benefit, and I also have Hoola Light as well, which I do normally mix both of them. So that's Hoola. I feel like Hoola is just like a little bit too dark for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass along Hoola. I'm gonna keep the Too Faced one, and I think I'm gonna keep Hoola Light as well, because honestly I could use this even as like a setting powder, or if my bronzer I went a little too heavy with my bronzer, I can literally use this to kind of even everything out. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. Alright, you guys, that's everything. So I did get rid of a total of 4 items. So that's the 4 that I'm getting rid of. I kept a total of 7. So that's not bad at all, since I had 11 bronzers. So that is everything for my bronzer declutter. If you guys like this series, definitely let me know. I'm going to keep going. I think I'm going to actually film right after this my blush declutter, because this girl doesn't ever wear any blush. So if you guys really like this series, let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!